Hi, and welcome to my channel. I'm Lauren, and in this 15-minute class, we'll focus on movements to open up the rib cage, helping to improve breathing, mobility, and baby positioning as you prepare for birth. I'm currently in my third trimester and have found this class, this routine, to be incredibly beneficial. During pregnancy, your rib cage naturally expands to make space for your growing baby, which can sometimes lead to tightness, discomfort, and shallow breathing. By creating more space and improving 360-degree ribcage expansion, we can ease tension and support a smoother labor experience. All you'll need is your yoga mat and any props to support you, such as a bolster or couch cushion, and 2 blocks. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future classes. So without further ado, grab all the things that you're gonna need and I'll meet you here on the mat. Let's begin in this seated position, and sitting on a prop like a bolster or block, something to help kind of elevate your pelvis, is going to be really supportive so that you're not feeling so tight in the hip and pelvis region. So once you set yourself up here, I want you to place your hands around the rib cage. Relax your shoulders and bring your eyes to a close. Now visualize your core in the shape of a cylinder. The top of that cylinder is your diaphragm. The bottom of the cylinder is the base of your pelvis or the pelvic floor. And the sides of that cylinder are the layers of your core that wrap all the way around your waist. So as you take an inhale, feel your ribcage expand into your hands. Pressure is building out and down. And as you exhale, feel the ribcage draw back in and the base of the pelvis contract up. Again, inhale, expansion out and down. As you exhale, contraction in and up. Think like you're trying to hug your baby. Continue breathing just like that. Now you can choose to keep your hands to the rib cage. If you're feeling that movement pretty easily and you're having a hard time feeling that lift and lower up the base of the pelvis, you can take your hands to the lower abdomen. And as you exhale, think like you're trying to hug your baby up and then in. Continue breathing just like that. By breathing in this way, we're creating equal expansion all the way around the rib cage. Instead of taking shallow breaths up into the neck, chest, or shoulders. Take 3 more cycles of breath. And final one. Good, go ahead and blink your eyes open. So still sitting on this support, I personally find also supporting the knees, especially when you take the legs long, is going to help so you're not sinking into your joints. You're not going to the deepest end range. So extend your right leg out, left sole of the foot towards that right inner thigh. So you're in kind of this Janusirsasana shape. You can place the block underneath your right knee so it's a little bit bent and a little bit elevated. Then place your right hand on the outside of your right leg, left arm up, breath in. Exhale, side bend towards your right. Now, instead of thinking of hinging from your hips here, I want you to try to move as much as possible from your rib cage. So creating that expansion on the left side and that contraction on the right. Hold here. See if you can direct your breath towards that left-hand side. Good. Now place that left hand behind your head. Another thing you can do, so you're not going as deep, is taking your right hand on the second block. You're going to open your chest towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, round and tap your elbow towards your right elbow. Now, I'm not tapping elbow all the way to elbow, but just go as far as you can without pushing towards that complete deep end range. Inhale, open the rib cage, open the chest. Exhale, round and open up the back of the rib cage. Do that again. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Twice more. And last one. Good. Come all the way back up. Plant your left hand beside you. Press into that right foot and your left shin. As you bridge your hips up, you can take that right hand behind your head, opening your chest towards the sky. And then lower your hips down and switch to the other side. And take your time getting there. No rush. The left leg this time is going to extend out. Again, I'm choosing to support that left knee. All right, and then you can take your left hand down on the floor, maybe on the second block, as that right arm goes up and overhead. Now again, as you're here, try to bend from that rib cage as best you can. Deep inhale, deep exhale. So we're trying to open up the front, the back, and the sides of the rib cage. One more breath here. Good. Place the right hand behind your head. Inhale, open your chest towards the sky. Exhale as you round, drawing your elbow towards the elbow. And do that a few more times. Two more. And final one. Good. Come all the way back up. Plant your right hand beside you. Inhale, bridge your hips up to the sky. Arch your back, lift through the chest. And then lower your hips back down. Go ahead and move your blocks to the side. You can leave them at the front edges of the mat. And make your way onto your hands and knees in a tabletop position. All right, so you can leave your bolster at the top as well. Let's take a couple rounds of cat-cow to open up through the front and back of the rib cage. So inhale, cow pose, arch your spine, look up. I'm personally finding the further along I'm getting, the less extension I'm getting in my upper back because my spine is changing. And then exhale, round, look towards your belly button, push the floor away. So as your upper back begins to become more concave and the lower back becomes more convex, doing these types of mobilization exercises can really prevent you from kind of rounding through your shoulders and closing off through the chest. Do that one more time. Good. Come back to a neutral spine. So now let's move the spine laterally with some tail wags here. So take a breath in. Exhale, draw your hips to the right, shoulders to the right, and look over that right shoulder like you're a dog that's trying to find its tail. Now the tendency here is for the hips to move in the other direction, so to the left, but I want you to move your hips and your shoulders towards the right, so you're scrunching that right side of the body and lengthening the left. Come back to center, inhale. Exhale, go the other direction, hips and shoulders to the left, and look to the left. And do that 2 more times each side. Inhale through center, exhale as you side bend. Inhale through center, exhale as you side bend. One more to the left. Good, come back to center. Take your knees wide, toes together, and we're gonna come into child's pose. Now you can take this with the bolster underneath, but we're going to take a side bend in child's pose. So go ahead and crawl your hands towards your right. Lower your chest towards the ground and really emphasize reaching with that left hand. Breathe into the left side of the body. One more breath in and breath out. Good. Switch to the other side. So crawl your hands towards your left. Reach with the right hand as you lower your chest towards the ground. Breathe into the right side of the rib cage. One more breath in and breath out. Good. Crawl back to center and come into downward facing dog. So I like to walk the hands a little bit in front of the shoulders, bring the knees more under the hips, then tuck your toes under and lift your hips up and back. Really emphasize gripping into those fingertips and knuckles as you push your chest towards your thighs. Good. Now, my feet are a little wider than hips width distance, just to give a little bit more space for the belly. Lift your heels high and then drop the heels to the left. So you'll be on the knife edges of the feet. Keep in that down dog shape. So again, you can breathe into that right side of the rib cage and back. Good. Go ahead and switch to the other side, dropping the heels to the right. And then go ahead and lower your knees to the mat and come back to child's pose to end this short practice. So knees wide, feet together, and place the bolster underneath your chest, leaving some space for your belly. You can either let your forehead down or turn your head to the side. Try to breathe into the back of the body, especially the lower back region. Take 3 more cycles of breath. And then go ahead and gently press yourself up. I hope you enjoyed this relatively short and sweet practice to open up the rib cage. And if you're looking for more prenatal yoga classes, check out my playlist for all my prenatal classes that I've created up until this point. I am getting close to my due date, so I will only be releasing one more video, and that is kind of a follow-up to this one, focusing on mobilizing through the pelvic region. And if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date on that final class release before my due date. I hope you enjoyed this class, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. I will see you next time.